Hello, everyone, and today we're going to be talking again about Star Wars Total War. Now, this is, of course, the greatest mod ever made for any Total War game. This is for the original Rome Total War, and it has actually been sort of expanded upon fairly recently, and it has a campaign. So you can play as one of three factions: the Galactic Empire, the Rebel Alliance, and the Rome Total War Rebels. So, the neutrals. The neutrals. So, let's get into a campaign here, and I want to show off just what this campaign looks like, and then maybe we'll get into a few battles. All right, so here we are in the campaign map, and we are in the galaxy, of course. So, most of the textures have been replaced with, space textures. It actually works fairly well. And then, of course, you have the various planets that are like custom Rome Total War city models. So the city models are replaced with different planets and what they look like. So you have Yavin here, which counts as the Rebel Alliance capital. So this takes place in 2 BBY, so before the Battle of Yavin. Of course, you have to brush up on your Star Wars dates. And Yavin looks like a Earth-like planet, but of course Yavin, it's Yavin 4, so Yavin is the gas giant. And then Yavin 4 is the moon, if I'm not mistaken, right? It was a moon of Yavin. Am I mistaken with Endor? The forest moon of Endor? Whatever. Anyway, you also have Atalan here. And Atalan is important because this is where Admiral Akbar is, with some extra spaces. And then we, of course, have Kashyyyk, which is just a bunch of Wookiees. That's nice. They can't hide, but they have very good stamina. And then you have Alderaan, which is not happy. Well, they're about to get less happy, I'd say. And then you have Naboo. I mean, Naboo, huge system. Naboo was not a huge system. It was a fairly average to a small system. But anyway. Then you have Hoth, of course, with Han Solo on Hoth. I like that. And then you have Bespin. Bespin wasn't even in the Rebel Alliance, but Bespin, it was just a mining station, right? Well, whatever. Then you have Lando Calrissian, the greatest general of all time. Politician. I don't think he was a politician, but okay. And then you have Luke Skywalker, also a politician. I like how all the portraits of the different characters are like from the film, but then Luke's looks like it's from a video game. But anyway, oh, and Wedge Antilles is on Naboo. But Wedge was a Corellian. We should have Corellia on this map. Anyway, let's toggle the fog of war here and show off the rest of the galaxy. So, of course, the galaxy is fully fleshed out, and of course, there is a Yuuzhan Vong campaign coming. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Takodana, the most important system. You have Endor controlled by, I'm guessing, Ewoks. Ahch-To. Jakku. Yeah, I wonder. Wait a minute. Does this contain Disney lore? I don't want that to be true. Oh, there's Corellia, part of the Galactic Empire. Coruscant. Corellia looks like Coruscant. Well, it was pretty urban. Onderon. Mandalore. Was Mandalore in this location? I guess it was. Dathomir. Interesting. Crownist. I don't remember that one. Interesting that you have like Sheely and then it's this tiny planet. And you have Dathomir and it says large system. So like you go from planets to systems. Dantooine. Lahmu. I like that Dantooine is a neutral system. Ilum. Okay, okay. It makes sense, though it would have been good. Hosnian Prime. Yeah, that sounds Disney. That sounds Disney. Okay, okay. Well, anyway, it seems okay. The only thing that concerns me is that Ryloth is there. Okay, that's the homeworld of the Twi'leks, if I'm not mistaken. Geonosis, Tatooine, Kamino, Utapau, Mustafar, Polis Massa, everyone's favorite battle map from the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. Yeah, Polis Massa. That was an asteroid. Yeah, that was an asteroid. Anyway, I actually have a Let's Play from a long time ago, Polis Massa, but I'm not going to bring that up. Anyway, the only thing I would add is Mon Calamari. Like, where's Mon Calamari? Mon Calamari, if I'm not mistaken, would be in this region of the galaxy right here. Anyway, yeah, I would add Mon Calamari as perhaps the Rebel Alliance capital, really. I mean, they were constructing the Mon Calamari capital ships, like Home 1 that you see. Anyway, I've dropped too much old Star Wars knowledge that I guess is outdated due to the Disney stuff. The Last Jedi, which is a fine film without any problems. Anyway, so as you can see, we have accurate Star Wars buildings. I'm just kidding. We have buildings that, you still have to build them, and then they allow you to recruit things like Rebel Speeder Scouts at the stables. The muster field lets you recruit Rebel troopers. The practice range lets you construct X-Wings. And then, yeah. Yeah, so let's get into a battle here. Perhaps on Kessel or something, the spice mines of Kessel, where C-3PO was afraid to go. We'll go in there with probably either Mon Mothma and Admiral Akbar, and I'll show off what this mod is all about. Okay, so I just want to mention this. I just wanted to recruit some other units, and I got a candidate for adoption, and it's Han Calrissian, but it's Wedge Antilles. This mod is really funny. Okay, one other thing. So we got candidate for adoption, Leia Akbar. I'm having a good time. Okay, another one. Lando Mothma. Okay, one other thing I noticed here is that when I upgrade the practice range to an archery range, it lets me recruit not a Y-Wing, but an X-Wing starfighter bomber. Why? Anyway, I'll keep ending turns. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing here is that when you upgrade your recruitment buildings, so now first you have the Rebel Troopers, and then you get access to Hoth Troopers. Now, but I'm slightly concerned because, the Rebel Troopers have the same, standard rifle as the Hoth Troopers, but the Hoth Troopers have higher missile attack. but less armor, even though they seem to be more armored. And also, like, the Hoth troopers are the same rebel troopers. Also, I would probably add an AOR system so that you could only recruit the Hoth troopers on Hoth. Anyway, Rome Total War, clearly easily adaptable to the Star Wars setting. So I constructed roads, so now we have hyperspace lanes in the Atalan system. Interesting indeed, interesting indeed. Okay, another wedge. So we have Admiral Mothma. I like that. Okay, another good thing about this mod, a point in its favor, is that the catapult range allows you to recruit a Corellian corvette, which is, of course, my favorite ship, aside from the frigate Redemption from Rogue Squadron 2. Okay, so Wedge Antilles is under siege by Gamorrean guards and IG-88 assassin droids and attack stormtroopers. So let's get ready to fight. Okay, so here we are. And I want to find our troops here. So Wedge is in his X-Wing. And our rebel troopers are on the ground. And we are in Kashyyyk. And it looks pretty Kashyyyk-y. Like, this is definitely pulled from the set of the Star Wars Holiday Special. Indeed. So it looks like Kashyyyk. So let's get our troops into position. Our rebel troopers sound like Gauls, by the way. Oh, I like that. Okay, Wedge. Wedge, fire on the assassin droids. Going in for another pass. Now, those are the animations we've been waiting for. The sound effects in this mod are really good, I have to say. But I have to, I can't show you the sounds, unfortunately, because of the music. Wait a minute. Well, anyway. Okay, so Wedge up. No. Okay, so Wedge up. So no. Wedge. Wedge. I got Wedge killed. Where's his X-Wing? Well, at least he shot some Gamorrean guards before going down. Well, anyway, the mod crashed, unfortunately, at Admiral Akbar's battle, but this was a fun video. I think you get the picture. This is a fun mod. An accurate portrayal of the Star Wars universe, and better than the sequels. So, if you enjoy videos about the historical Total Wars and their mods, as well as Star Wars related content, stay tuned. Be subscribed to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.